Hello, everybody. Hang on, guys. There we are. Hi, guys. Comments. Okay, comments. I can see comments. Hello, my friends. How are you tonight? So, welcome. My name is Angela, and hi, Diane. My name is Angela, and I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen und Helden. I'm a WoodUbending retailer over here in Frankfurt, in Germany. So, welcome to Germany. It is freezing cold here, so it got a little warmer. Hi, WoodUbend. Thank you for having me. But it is still pretty cold, so it's not exactly my weather. So I'm quite happy I've got my griddle on. I'm going to use the heat gun in a second to warm everything up. So tonight we are starting a new project, and hang on, I just gotta prepare something before I show you. There's loads of lights on. Oh, that's me. That's the notification just now. Okay, all right. So hi Patricia, hi to you, hi Vera. So thank you for joining me, guys. When you join me, just let me know where you're watching from, and please pop over to my page, leave me a like there. That'll be absolutely fantastic. And you can also sprinkle this video if you would like to. So I planned on doing like one of those wall panels with a letter on there. So I had that in my mind quite a long time. I had like this board standing in my craft area, and I thought, I'm going to use that. So, and I finally, announced it this week with WoodUbend, and I pulled it out yesterday, and I realized that it was just like that high. So I'm thinking there's not going to be exactly a wall panel for a letter. So I've been running around today. We're still in lockdown here in Germany. Heavy lockdown, hard lockdown. Hello, Ute. Hi, Penny. So all the shops are not open, so, but they had some click and collect. So I managed to get some boards. I'm going to bring you down so you can see what we are on tonight. So Instagram also. Hang on, guys. There you go. So this is the board I'm working on. So let's see if this is going to work like this. I have to adjust. I think I have to adjust the camera. Hang on, guys. This is always the trouble when you are on your own. You haven't got a cameraman. You have to do everything on your own, but we'll manage. I get you. Okay, that'll do the job. I'll show you from here. So this is basically the board. We're going to start on the top here with one of those angels. This is the 519. Beautiful angel. Gonna go down with those leaf, like different ornaments. And the leaf is a 1363, which is gonna go on there. We have those drops, the 1377, which gonna go down here. And this is like this letter. And I put it there so I have like for measuring an idea. So then we're going to work with some trims. This is about 2 meters long, the whole thing. And this is made out of three, what do I call it? 3 boards. And I've basically just like nailed them together on the back. So this is basically like a whole panel. So this is about, let me think, 42 centimeters wide and 2 meters high, the whole thing. So there's my coffee, as you can see. Usually, hi Anya, hi Michelle. So I always have my coffee with me. I'm going to use brought all my bits and pieces out, leftovers and whatever, to basically use up and stuff like that. Those are the ornaments 366 and 367 we are going to use. This is like this corner pair, which is the number 2160, which are going to go on here. We are going to work. This is, I took that off that pumpkin I've made in October. So when you throw, obviously that's gone now. I always keep the things, you know, you can take them off and you can reuse them. That's what we're going to do here. That's the rose 426. Isn't that gorgeous? Such a beautiful rose. Then we have this scroll thing, which is going to go on there. The swirl, which is the 1520, which is not going to just stay like that. You know, I always have to destroy something. And we're going to have a couple of trims. So that's what we're working with. And I would say, let's get going. I'm going to move you up to the angel first, because that's what we're going to glue on first. That's there. I'm going to take the lantern off for now, because it's now in the way. It's one of those hanging pieces. That's gorgeous also. Probably going to do something to it also, but I haven't decided yet. And you can put like lights in with a plug. You can, I'm going to put some, you know, some of those Christmas lights hang on, can you see it? Some Christmas lights with a battery pack. So that's going to go on there. So I've had that, this is like pretty thick. This is a pretty big piece. I've had it laying on the griddle, so it is still a little bit bendy. Obviously the thick pieces, they need a little longer to warm up than the thin pieces. And the nice thing about the WoodUbends is when they are in a cold state, they are solid. Do you hear that? They are solid. Hi, Manhase. They are solid and they are, hi Tammy, hi to Louisiana. They are solid, they're made out of wood, and so you can basically put them onto anything. You can put them onto glass, you can put them onto metal, onto plastic, onto wood obviously, and so that's what we're going to do tonight. When they're cold, you can sand them, you can saw them, you can drill them. You know, you could drill a hole in there if you wanted to. That all works. And to apply, you always use a good quality wood glue. That's what I've got here. I just got some wood glue here. And I'm gonna move a little up here so okay, so you can see now. So if you have any questions, guys, just put them in the comments. Yes, all the pieces are WoodUbends. So there's like all the pieces apart from this, apart from the boards and apart from this hanging thing. This is not WoodUbend. So as this is already warmed up, I'm going to apply my glue on there. So, and you always put enough on there. Obviously this piece is warm, so the glue is drying a little quicker, but make sure you're having enough glue on there. It's always a bit of a, you know, having too much on there and squeezing loads of out of the sides, or having not enough on there and the piece doesn't stick. It's a bit of yeah, trial and error. I'd rather have too much on there, because everything what squeezes out on the sides I can take off with a baby wipe or with a Q-tip or with a wet cloth, a damp brush, whatever. So that all works nicely. So this is now nicely covered in glue, you know, all over. Don't miss any spots, you know. This is and then I'm going to lay it down where I want to have it. So let's see, down where I want to have it, about here. So I'm pressing it down now, and I'm gonna come in with my heat gun to heat it nicely up again to make sure it gets a little bit more manageable. I'm gonna move you a little closer so you can see. Yeah, that's better. And I can really squash it onto the surface. I'm using a heat gun, which obviously works really, really well. You can use a hair dryer, you can use embossing gun. That obviously will take a little longer, but you're much safer with those also. You know, those heat guns, if you look on the inside here, it is you know, it is red hot. So gotta be careful with those things. And I know what I'm talking about. easy to try your projects or the wood bands or your fingers. So I'm pretty good at doing that. I'm always worst case scenario for my products. I can tell you, I'm worst case scenario for all the products I'm using. So, and you can still, you know, as long as they're warm, you can still move them a little bit. So, there, squashing it nicely down, making sure it gets nice contact with the background, and it sticks on there. So in the woody bands, you know, me pressing down on the woody band now. Hi Nina, hi Sue, thank you for joining me. You're not damaging any of the details of those woody bands. You know, they are just that's the nice thing about it. So this is the reason you can basically shape them around any shape of project. You know, if you do flower pots or something like that, that absolutely works nicely. So as those are small pieces, I'm not going to bother to put them on the griddle. You can see I have done some measuring this time. You know, this board is just too big to eyeball everything. So that's the reason I've, you know, I usually eyeball, but not this time. So I'm going to warm that up a little bit. As this is pretty thin, those two things, they work pretty nice, or they're pretty easy. Put that one down on the griddle to warm it up. So you see, that's now nice and warm, so you can bend that and put it on there. Put some glue on there. I have a smaller brush also. I've got that the bigger brush at the moment here because I'm going to work with the white trims. So I want to make life a little easier on me. see if it works, you know, because I usually try to do the things the difficult way. So got the middle there. That's a nice thing when you measured it beforehand. So place it where you want to have it. Push it down. There's already some glue squeezing out on the sides. So taking that off with a baby wipe. So as you can see, you know, this is all, there's no paint on there whatsoever at the moment. You know, you can paint the woody bands before you apply them, or you can paint them. The angel is gorgeous, isn't it, Penny? Hi, Ali. Thank you for joining. Hi, Liz. Can you overheat it? You can't really overheat it. You can burn it. I'm probably going to show you that also, because I'm pretty good at doing that. You know, I'm not like multitasking. I can't talk and do the other things in one go. So, but really overheating, no. But you can char them, obviously. You know, that's which is, you know, they still work. They just don't look that nice anymore. So that's that. Had that one down on the griddle to get it a little movier. So put some wood glue on here. You know, again, put it all over the molding, not just like in some certain spots. Put it all over the molding. Make sure that all the edges are covered also. And there you go. So let's go from there, middle down, press it down. So this is obviously pretty easy because that's like, it's like a plain or like a straight board. But even so, even if you think your surface is completely flat, no surface is completely flat, but not even a mirror or something like that. So always Make them nice and warm. So press them nicely down. You can see there's like some of the glue squashing out on the sides, which is a good sign because that means that the molding is snuggling itself onto the surface. So take it off with the baby wipe. You can also use a wet brush, which I'm just going to grab, just with some water and get it off. And also, you know, the water is not harming the molding at all. You know, it's staying in perfect. The details are staying in perfect shape. So that works beautifully. So carry on further down. So I'm making a wall panel with a letter, you know, to hang down a letter. And obviously this is laying down at the moment, you know, so this is gonna hang on here. So this is going to go on the wall later on. Stand up. This is about 2 meters high. So that's what I am doing. Hi, Sarah. Yes, by me, Michelle. That's right. Okay, I measured it before. I had a letter on there to see, you know, it's no point to put the, you know, like details under the letter. I don't want to have that. So I'm going to come to that, to this trim now. I'm going to move you a little around. I'm going to go this area here. So let's see. So I'm using the trim 119 IE, that one is called. Look how beautiful that is. That is absolutely gorgeous with all those details. So I'm going to warm that up. Those are, you know, all, you know, leftovers, what I didn't use. So that's what I use a lot for projects like this. So, and for this one, I should have put it on the griddle, I forgot. Because that's pretty thick also. This is going to need a little to warm up nicely. So I'm going to apply, this is the strip I measured for that trim. So I'm applying the glue now because that makes life easier with the trims onto my project. And gonna go from there. And also when you work with trims, keep them in a coil like it is at the moment. This also makes life easier. You can work them a lot easier. Works. Go. Glue down. So you can see now you can unroll it slowly. So now it is, you know, you can come over here. You can basically place it on here, and I'm going to do the other way around. You can see a little better because I want to show you that you can cut it. So I've just taken it back off. So this is nice and warm, and let's see that you can see. Bring it a little further back. There you go. see that you can see. You can cut it with some scissors or with a very sharp knife. You know, I've got one of those carpet knives here. And I'm just going to go along this edge here to cut that off. So when you store them, you know, if you have some leftovers, put them back into a coil. So I'm probably going to need that later. Again, at the bottom there. So if you cut it too short, you can stretch it a little bit. That also works. Make it a little warm. So right to the side, and you can even carve them, you know, when they're in a cold state. Also with the trims, just push it down on the, especially on the sides, so they have good contact there also. And you can see there's like the glue squeezing out, which also here is a good sign that the trim is having good contact to the surface underneath, which is pretty rough anyway. You know, this is not a special board. This one of those boards was about €4. So this whole thing is about €12. You know, I mean, this is going to be a lot of more worth with all the wood events on them. But the board itself, and this is basically going nicely with the idea I have behind it. It's going to be a little bit of rustical. So up. There you go. So, and you can even carve that. Let's see. You can carve it if there's still, you see, just like this, some edges sticking over. You can carve it. Same on this side. Just to have, you know, or to don't have any edges sticking over. You can basically do everything you do to normal wood, and you can sand them. You know, just like those edges here now. You can go over it with some sandpaper. When it's cooled down, this is pretty much cooled down now. It is cold in my apartment. So you can sand the edges. So this is a nice project where I can show you everything you can do with them basically. So that's on there. Then we can move to the next thing. I shall have a sip of coffee. Oh, thank you, Anya. That's sweet. So, thank you, WoodUbend. Yes, there's certainly more or better artists than I am, but I'm happy if I can inspire. So I've already put some of those things on there. I'm going to put that one on the griddle. Move you a little further down. Move you a little further down. Going to the next part. There you go. So I've got some bits and pieces left over here, and this one is going to go down here. So I'm just going to put, I'm first going to make it a little bendy. it's nice and warm. See, now you can move it, and you can, you know, if you wanted to, you can shape it around a bottle or something like that also. That's right. She made like, yeah, that's correct. Where she's done the raised stenciling. So those, you know, those items are so versatile. You know, you can use them. She's done a very classy wall, you know, with silver and stuff like that. This is going to be a very rustic thing. So, but they're very versatile. You can do loads of styles with them. You know, you can go classy, you can go matte, you can go boho-y. So that's all possible with those things. Only your imagination sets you the limit. So nothing else. Okay. This is gonna go here onto this edge. So press that down. Oops. You can see that it's moving. So you could even, you know, do a different shape if you wanted to. If I wanted to put it on like this, I could do that, you know, but I don't. I want to have it pretty straight down here. That's the reason I'm putting it down like this. Use a little more heat. So when it's still warm and the glue is not dried, you can still reposition them. Now I've got the bird. Sorry guys if I sometimes, hi Dolly, if I sometimes sound a little weird. After all, I am German, so I'm sometimes lost for words. But I'm happy I've got Michelle here. She's my translator. Lisa, they are everywhere, you know. So they are on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they are on YouTube, so you can catch the videos everywhere. So there's, if you pop over to my page and follow me there, that you can find the way to my YouTube channel also. And WoodUbend also got a YouTube channel, so there's loads of areas you can watch those lives or those how those things work. So I'm just going to put those bits and pieces down here. I had this one laying on the griddle now, so that goes a little quicker. And just going to put some glue on here, making sure that I have the back nicely covered. So the glue is, as this was laying on the griddle, this is pretty warm. The glue is drying pretty quick, but when you reheat it, the glue is going to be reactivated also. So just put enough on there so you can get a good grip, and you'll be fine. And always make sure that you have like the complete back covered with glue, not only like bits and pieces. Put that there. I know this is not symmetrical, but I'm not going for symmetrical. I'm going for asymmetrical. So that's what we do. And there we go. And I'm going to put trim up there. See how we go. So all the excess glue is squeezing out. You can take off with a baby wipe, with a damp brush. Get go in here, especially with those detailed ornaments. It's easier with a wet brush to, as the wood glue is water based, you can just like clean it nicely out, and you can paint over it anyway. So, and those WoodUbends themselves, you can paint them beforehand or after you've applied them. That all works nicely. So now I'm gonna see, I have some bits and pieces of trim left, which I'm going to just put together on here. So which is going to be just fine. Okay, let's get going. I'm gonna need a little smaller brush for that. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go across that line with my glue and apply the trim then. So when you have broken bits, it's no problem. You can stick them back together and you almost won't notice that they have been broken, which is a nice thing. So this is already, because it's pretty thin, it has already dried. So I'm going to reheat it before I put it on, because otherwise I will break that one. So they need about the same time to heat up or to cool down, like they need to heat up. Oops. So now it's nice warm. I can just place it on my line. I made my guideline here to help me. I wanted to put that trim. So stretch that a little bit. So don't need that much of trim. To use this one. So I've got a pair of pliers because this is so light, it's going to fly away. So I'm just using a pair of pliers to heat it up before I burn my fingers. So tonight we are working with a lot of different things. So I could, do that even nicer, when I see that it's seamless at the end, but this is going for a rustic piece anyway. So I'm just pushing those into each other, and you won't, when it's finished, you won't notice that this piece was broken off. So let's see, same thing with that one. Need a little bit more glue, I think. I've got to cut that one. There is a smaller piece somewhere. No, I think that's about it. So never throw any pieces you have left over. Even those, you see those tiny, tiny bits, you can always reuse them. The perfect trim join. This you should actually, Solly, as WoodUbend said, that Solly basically done the other day. She's done the other day a wall panel. So I'm just cutting it like this in an angle, because I want it to sit a little nicer next to this ornament here. So it looks like it's just like finishing up there. And she used, as he said, this trim 119. And there she showed in a video how to align them, especially with the bigger one. The smaller ones is no problem. You're not seeing that there's like, I'll have to go close, that there's a gap and that there was a gap, So, but obviously with a trim like this, with all the nice pattern, you see that a little more. So I probably will have some decoupage in here. I'm not quite sure yet. I probably will. So, and as I said, don't throw any of the pieces. You might need them. So now I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna come in with my rose. I had to place that down on the griddle for now to make that a little warm. There's, as I said, this one was on a pumpkin. Okay, I've got to be careful before let's go. So here. Put some glue on the back of the rose. You can see that rose is already painted. It's going to be painted over again also, which is no problem. You can repaint them as often as you want to. And when you paint them before you apply them, you should just make sure that you use a flexible paint. So Instagram. Sure that you can see. So this rose is going to go about the middle here. Push it down. So as I said, when you paint the WoodUbend beforehand, you this is the rose 426. If you paint them beforehand, use a flexible paint. Those the Posh Chalk paste and stuff like that, they are flexible. They're perfect for that. So reheating that. Oops. Heating, hot. So making sure it gets nice contact. All the areas of that rose are touching the surface, so it's going to stick on there. And this rose is pretty thick also, so that needs like a little longer to warm up and a little longer to cool down. It's nicely on there. So I'm going to move you a little further down. I mean, this is the working area of about 2 meters. Hang on, I'm going to go flying. So there you go. That's it. Everybody see? It's going to be fun when it's finished. So, and here we're having those co-joint scrolls, which are the number 1520. This is the 1520, and I don't want to have it the way it is. So I'm going to cut this apart where it is joined. So I'm just going to cut it apart here. And there and here. So now I'm having 2 ornaments. And I am going to place them randomly, just randomly, something like this. So as this edge, you can see this is not very nice, that's not very nice. So I'm going to come in with my knife. I'm just going to shape that down a little more and make sure that looks a bit nicer. So this is like slowly getting cold. I can feel that. So when it's cold, you can carve it, so to say. And then you can get your sandpaper or something like that and just like smooth those edges out. So like this, you can make out of one big ornament, you can make smaller one. Okay, so yes, that's correct, Michelle. That was on one of the pumpkins. So that's what I'm reusing on this project here. So whatever, you know, don't ever throw any bits and pieces. You've seen you can use also those tiny bits of the, so also there's like this area here, which is not very nice. I'm just going to cut that a little down, make it a little nicer, and gonna come in with my sanding sponge. I found one of those sanding sponges works nicely because it goes around those shapes of the moldings a little easier. So, yeah, WoodUbend. I don't know if it's on my page or on the WoodUbend page. Okay. Grace, give me one of good. So, thank you, Anya. Thank you, Nina. Got it out of the way. So there we go. I could have even taken another piece off, but this, you know, this is okay if it's like a little irregular. Don't mind. Actually, I'm going to have it that way. Now I've got it. So again, glue on here. Glue on here. And then I'm going to place it onto the wood and reheat it, as this is already cooled down, obviously, by doing those bits to it. And so how did I have it? I'm sure I had it the other way around just now, didn't I? So, so thank you, WoodUbend. Yeah. Okay, I'm reheating it now. So always make sure, especially on the sides, to squash it down on the sides also, so that there's like, you know, no gaps at the end. That just looks nicer, you know. They, I mean, they adhere obviously well when they adhere in the middle, but it just looks nicer if there's like no gap between the mold and your project. There you go. Same thing on this one. So, and go here. Take like the excess glue off, warm it up again. And here we go. Okay. Here we go. Off is the project. I'm balancing that thing on my, actually I don't know what it's called, you know, where you can put your canvas on for painting. What's that called in English? Michelle, where's my translator? Oh, so Michelle. Oh, I think it will. There's nothing you can do wrong with all those WoodUbends. They already looks amazing anyway. So further down, have some more trims down here. I'm pretty proud. I only used one baby wipe by now, guys. Did you notice that? I usually go through them like sweets. So at the bottom, I just want to have a couple of more trims, nothing else. So this is so right at the bottom, there are going to be some wider trims. This is the 118. I'm just gonna go on there. Let's see if I can move it down there. It's gonna go the bottom there. I'm not gonna get it right finished with all the wood again, so mostly need some more glue, 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 glue. There's the glue. There's the glue. There's the glue. Nobody moves. There's the glue. There's the glue. Blah. That tastes very nice. Blah. Having some wood glue instead of thinner. Not a very good idea. So again, I'm going to put the glue on first, just to make life a little easier with those wider trims. You can see that wood is pretty rough, so but even so, the trim is adhering nicely to that. So, yes, we don't need those. Okay. Oops, reheat those again. So this is obviously not going to fit on there. So I will have to start a new one. So I'm going to put that down here. Which is just about fun. Because I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut those. Because the boards have a little bit of a gap down here, which I think is quite fun. So I'm cutting those to have basically that gap. So I'm going to move that a little further up. So it looks cracked. I think that's how I quite like it. It looks cracked. So I'm just going to take that off, which is going to go nicely with the with that rustic used look we're going for at the end. So some more. New one. So this is how it comes new. This is about those trims, they are all about 2 meters, 2 meters 10, something like that. So, oh, it's cold on this side here, needs a little more. It's so much fun to work your project like this. So this one is pretty easy because you can almost break it on those lines. So that's about the length I need. There you go. It's perfect on there. And the edges I can basically take off, you know, sand down a little bit or carve them off if there's anything standing over. Heat that. And okay. There you go. So I'm going to have a couple of rows of trims at the bottom here just to finish that off. Put a bit too much glue on there, but I'm going to take that off there. So as I said, wood glue is water-based, so you can take it off with a wet cloth or something like that and go from there. So my friends, I'm going to let you go. As I said, there's like some... to the side. I'll let you see what we've done basically. Down, water out of the way. So, way. So there's going to go some trims, you know, just in between to have it like a little, you know, filled up, so to say, at the end. I'm going to take my coffee out of the way, bring the Latin up, and then I'm going to let you have a quick view what we've done and what we are going for. So this is at the bottom, you know, where it's going to stand on the floor. So there are some more trims coming down here. We have those swirls and the rows, which we cut apart. We have some asymmetrical things on here. I'm going to think if I put anything in here or there. I'm not sure, but I'm probably going to leave it. We use the trim in there where we just used left bits and pieces and have the trim 119 up here. Then there's like our letter gonna come. We have those drops and the leaf just to basically get like going from the top from our beautiful angel. So guys, it's quite a lot we've done tonight, isn't it? I'm gonna come around, hang on. It's quite a lot we've done tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thank you, WoodUbend. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, next week we're going to continue that. I'm going to see if I'm going to do the other trims with you so you can see that you can also arrange trims with each other. And we're going to use some rewind. Metallic paste from Posh Chalk. So now rewind. So guys, now I've got it. Thank you, Amy. Guys, thank you so much for being with me. Again, my name is Angela. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen und Helden. I'm a WoodUbend retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany. If you want to shop the products, guys, go over to the WoodUbend page and check for your local retailer. I'm one over here in Germany, so but always check for your local retailer. It's very important for each one of us, so don't let them out. Guys, thank you so much for being with me. You take care, and we see each other next week. Bye, guys. Cheers. Good night. Good night.